It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
All right, this next question is from Rob, and I'm kind of happy this one got asked. Question: I'm a little discouraged by the Vanguard report that forecasts 4% returns in the stock market prospectively. Does the Money Guy team have any initial reactions to that report? So it sounds like he stumbled across a report that Vanguard has put out there saying, hey guys, only going to expect 4% moving forward. Is that something that we have some thoughts on?
I laughed a little bit just because, guys, let me go ahead and just tell you how the game's played in the financial world. Is that one of the best things you can do if you work in the financial industry is control expectations.
Yep.
And then I chuckled because how many years has Vanguard told us, guys,
4% moving
for the
forward.
next few years, it's going to be 3, 4, 5%. Choose it. You know, it depends on what year they tweak it by 0.5%. And then yet when we look back, we go, wow, it was always a little bit better, a lot better than what Vanguard told us. And they even parade these people out to do interviews on CNBC, Fox Business, or whatever, and they will do interviews on this and keep a straight face, even though they've made the exact same prediction for 3, 4, 5 years in a row. And after a while, you have to start realizing most people giving predictions don't know any more than Bo and myself, or even you sitting out there. That's why it's much more important to understand, how do economies work? How do market cycles? How does expectations of what's going on with innovation and how economies grow come into play more than that person that publishes a report that says, guess what? We're only going to make 4% this year. Because realize also Vanguard has different product lines. They not only have we all know their equity lines, their index funds, the S&P 500 and so forth. They've had success. They also have fixed income products and other things. So there's a lot of moving parts that go into it. But at the end of the day, I look at it as, once again, another piece of noise that keeps you off track of really focusing on big picture financial planning, which is really going to move your success versus the noise of what the talking heads tell you on what's going to happen in the future.
Now, Rob, I don't know how old you are, but I want to take you on a little history lesson because I think this is valuable to think about. The last significant downturn we saw, now I know that we had COVID last year from a financial perspective. We had fourth quarter of 2018, but the last big downturn was the Great Recession of 2008, 2009. And so market just got hammered. I think it finished down that year 37%. But then starting in the early part of March 2009, the market started coming back, started building back. Well, 2009 it came back, in 2010 it came back, in 11 it was kind of flat, and 2012 was a good year. And then we had 2013. In 2013, I want to say the S&P 500, I'm going off memory, made like 32.5%, right? Something like that. And everyone was saying, okay, guys, we had this great recession, but we just came through 4 to 5 years of really strong market performance. And in this last year, the market just made 32.5%. It's going to cool off. I mean, there's no way we can expect outsized returns moving forward. There's no way that things are going to be, there's no way. And if you look back at what the market has done from 2013 all the way until now, you say, man, I'm glad I did not listen to those prognosticators. I'm glad I did not fall prey to that pessimism. And I think it's Nick Murray has this quote. He says, man, if you think the market's overpriced right now, if you think the market is high right now, just wait until you see it 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. What you hope as an investor is you hope that the market is always hitting new all-time highs. And it continues to hit new all-time highs because that's what the market does. Through time, you said all the time, it's this yo-yo walk up a mountain. Yeah, the yo-yo might be going up and down, but if you're not actually going higher and higher and higher, you're not climbing up the mountain. So Rob, if you're someone who is young, if you're someone who is at the earlier part of your accumulation, 4% returns over the next, I wouldn't get caught up in that. I would get caught up in how can I save 1% more? How can I get a little bit more working for me? Because over the long term, the market historically has rewarded investors, and I don't see any reason to not think that would continue to be true moving forward.
Well, it annualizes, if you look at it, depending on which decade you start your calculation, but it's somewhere between 8 to 11%. If you're looking at the S&P 500, But no, everybody knows it never comes in 8 to 11% per year. And just like it's not going to come in 4% like Vanguard says, you said 2013 was an outsized year. 2015 was like a break even or down 2% year. Nobody ever knows. It comes in all these little increments. What I'm telling you is if you will just stay the course, focus on the why versus the noise and the distractions, I think you're going to be amazed when you look back in 15 to 20 years and you go, average somewhere between 8 to 11%.
It's funny how that works.
It is, because you didn't get distracted. You focus more on the behavior of saving, building a financial plan. All the behaviors actually are wealth creators versus the distractions, which is what the people get paid that are the talking heads. So focus on that because it's never going to come in nice little cubes of returns that are stackable so that they're beautiful. They're going to come in all different shapes and sizes. You just have to hold your nose and keep riding through the tough times and keep plowing through and not get overly optimistic even when things are awesome and you feel like a genius.
I love it.